What up, good people, and welcome to another episode of This Is Dope. It's your man Ahmad here with another dope tech topic. So, today's video is going to be about my experience with the 11-inch iPad Pro. I've had it for like a week, I've sat with it, used it, so we're going to discuss what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and what I think could be better about it, right? So, but before we continue with the video, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you like my videos. Hit that like button if you like my video at the end of the video, if you like it. Notification bell, all that good stuff, right? It helps YouTube with the algorithms, get my videos out there, so forth and so on. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, I got the 11-inch 2021 space gray iPad Pro with 2 terabytes of storage, 16 gigs of RAM, M1 processor. You guys know all the specs by now. I've seen a lot of videos out really detailing about the 12.9 inch, which is great. That display is definitely an eye catcher, a headline grabber. That's awesome, right? All of the 11-inch videos I've seen have been with the lower end models, right? The entry-level models, right? Or somewhere near that, right? Which I think they're trying to market it as, oh, the iPad Pro 12.9 inch is the more expensive upper-level models, and the 11 inches are the beginner models. However, you can max this thing out and it be just as powerful as the 12.9, which I haven't seen anybody do a review on a maxed out 11-inch iPad Pro. And so coming from the 12.9 inch, for the 2020 version and the 2018 version, I can definitely compare and contrast. And to go back even further, prior to the 2018 12.9 inch iPad Pro, I had the 10.5 inch iPad Pro they released. So, I definitely have some experience with both sizes. So I kind of wanted to give you guys my perspective on, or on how I use it, what I think as far as it being a productivity machine, or is it just a consumption machine? If you guys aren't familiar with the channel, I use my iPads as my primary daily driver for both work and home related stuff. So I'm definitely putting it through its paces. But I've jibber-jabbered enough about the intro. Let's go ahead and get right into what I do and don't like about the iPad Pro 2021, 2 terabytes, 16 gigs of RAM, 11-inch model. All right, so here we have my iPad Pro white Magic Keyboard. Let's go ahead and touch on my experience with the Magic Keyboard so far. So far, I've been pleasantly surprised. I was pretty paranoid that it was going to get super dirty while, using it. Granted, this is the first time I've had it sitting on my table on my patio. But, as you can see, it's still pretty clean, right? So I don't know how long it's going to stay this way. I'm actually barbecuing for the family right now. It's Memorial Day weekend, yada, 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 right? So it's probably not the wisest move, but as of this point, it is still pretty white. I haven't really had any issues with it. It operates just like a regular Magic Keyboard, right? Obviously, if you're coming from the 12.9 down to the 11, there's a slight adjustment with key size, but I haven't noticed it as far as what I do with it and how I interact with it on a day-to-day basis. I've had it the entire week. I've used it for work, composed emails, joined meetings from it, and haven't noticed any real difference as far as a hindrance. What I have noticed, though, is that the weight is a lot less, right? So this combined with the iPad Pro, the weight obviously is significant. It's noticeably less. So, the 12.9 wasn't really that heavy to me, but this is definitely more manageable, more mobile, more portable. So no complaints there. As far as the iPad itself, this is where it gets tricky. First of all, let's touch on the obvious. Speed, right? Obviously, with the M1 chip, there is a significant performance improvement as far as, let me back that up. As far as Geekbench scores and specs, there's a significant performance improvement. The thing with Apple is they've already optimized iPad OS to the point where the 2020 iPad and the 2018 iPad were still moving very quickly, and this itself is, you're not going to notice a significant difference with most of the current apps, right? I would say LumaFusion's probably one. I edited the last video I posted on this, and I will say, the process was a little bit quicker, but still, they haven't really optimized a lot of things to utilize this power at this point. One of the things I have noticed so far, though, is just when you have a lot of things open, like now, I would say I have a ton of stuff open. I would get to a point where, I open a lot of apps, I interact with a lot of things, and it wasn't a significant slowdown, but I would start to notice a little, it seems things weren't quite as responsive when, on the previous models. I would say I actually have normally up until today had a lot more apps open, right? You can have a lot of apps open. You definitely can't crush this thing or slow it down or really, cause it any difficulties because of the amount of power it has, the amount of RAM it has, the CPU, that whole deal, right? Which I find encouraging, right? Also, I would say that, multitasking on this has not been an issue. Obviously, on the 12.9 inch, you're going to have more screen real estate to do things, to open more windows, but like here, right? I mean, it's a little bit awkward, a little bit different, but it's still doable, right? So I do this, and let's just say, no, I'm not opening that. Let's just say I want to do this, drag this over here. Now I got split screen, then let's say I just want to do this. It's the same deal with, opening a lot of things. It's just, right now you have to be a little bit more intentional, right? Now, that Nike order you saw, I already ordered it, so don't try to do anything nefarious. It's already delivered. Anybody who saw that. But yeah, so it's a few things you have to do different, like trying to open this up. Like as you see notes, I had to open it up and drag it to the middle to get it to do the little window, right? I used to be able to drag it over to the side and it would do it. It doesn't seem to really respond as much anymore with the smaller screen. So it's little quirks like that, right? That's the adjustment from the 11 inch to the 12.9 inch. But once again, this is a beast. This is a powerhouse. The portability of it, the cool thing about it, the super cool factor about it actually is the fact that this thing is so incredibly small and is still so powerful, so useful. As I stated earlier, I can post emails, do research, I've edited spreadsheets on this, done Word docs, so forth and so on. So this brings me to the next part of the conversation, right? The only limiting factor of this particular device is the OS. iPad OS 14 is not in any way, shape, or form coming close to utilizing the full power of this monstrous device, right? And that's something I'm hoping Apple will address at WWDC 2021, which, as of recording today, is a week and a day away. So my hope at WWDC is that, I think a lot of people's hope, I won't just say my hope, I think a lot of people's hope is that iPad OS 15 will take a significant leap forward to utilize the screen real estate and the power, not screen real estate, I'm sorry, utilizes the power, the potential speed, the advancement in hardware that the iPad represents, right? Like now, I use it primarily for a lot of email, a lot of note-taking, calendar invites, meetings, from a work-related standpoint. I do log into some consoles that I have for work. I do some other things, from a cloud security related standpoint on this. A lot of research, use some tools that we have. So there's a lot of things that I do on this. However, I think the thing that's preventing me from doing so much more, and a lot of others from doing so much more, is the OS itself, right? And the OS was tied to the hardware. Now the hardware is not a limitation. This is a laptop level, a desktop level chip, right? I mean, a piece of chip or chip that they have running in here, as well as the amount of RAM they stuffed into this thing, 16 gigabytes. There's 16 gigabytes of RAM in this small little device. So if they really step their game up with iPad OS 15, give us, a different multitasking scheme, right? Allow us to use Windows, right? This is great. Well, I won't say great. This is good enough. It could be so much better, right? This whole deal could be so much better, right? Just it could be so much better, but the software is limiting it, right? The availability of apps, right? Like, obviously, a lot of people have been clamoring for Final Cut. They've been clamoring for Logic and all the other pro level apps out there, right? There are a lot of capabilities and things that I could think of we could utilize with this from an app perspective, right? There's a lot of VM related apps. There's a lot of security related apps. There's a lot of really just professional level apps that you could utilize on this. And I get it, business is business. If you do that on the iPad and it's no longer exclusive to the Mac or MacBooks, then you may cannibalize some business for them, right? But I think that you will only really enhance people's appreciation for Apple as a company, right? Because this device isn't the solve-all for everyone. Just like a MacBook is not the one device for other people, right? There's still, no matter how much you're going to you enhance the technology or you enhance the capability of the device, it's never going to be the perfect device for everyone, right? And I think Apple's at a point where the quality of the things they make is as such where people will find a reason to buy a particular device. They won't shoot themselves in the foot too much, right? I really just think they need to just go ahead and take the gloves off, take the guardrails off, let iPad OS be what it truly can be, run some pro level apps, really kind of unlock the potential of this device, right? After, hopefully, we get iPad OS 15 at WWDC. I'm a part of the developer beta program, so obviously if they release the beta versions, I am going to immediately stick it on this thing. I know I'm crazy. This is my work machine. I'm one of those dudes who is still going to do it anyway, and if I'm tech savvy enough to fix the majority of the things that happen on a device that's malfunctioning, right? So if it short of it bricking my device, I can work through any bugs that it causes me. I'm more excited to see what the additional functionality is and how I can incorporate it in my workflow. But that's my review of the iPad Pro now, and kind of what I'm hoping for after WWDC. And at that point, I can really give you guys a final review, a complete review on this thing. But to sum it all up, awesome device, a lot of power, definitely recommend it. The 11-inch is super portable. I know it doesn't have the XDR display. The display is still great. I'm running 2 terabytes. I'm running 2 terabyte version with 16 gigs of RAM, Thunderbolt port. I haven't even touched on the Thunderbolt port yet because I still need to get a device that'll fully utilize, right? I just have strictly just USB-C related devices, right? So I still don't have anything that's going to fully push this thing. So I'm excited about that. But after WWDC 2021, we'll see. We will see. There's kind of like a dot at the end of this review. So a beast, but ... So hopefully you guys found this video entertaining, interesting, informative, something to pass the time by. Hopefully you liked it. If you have any questions about anything I said, definitely leave some comments down below. I'll get back to them as quickly as I can. Mash that like button if you liked the video. Definitely, once again, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's get my subscribers up. Also, if you want to be notified when I release new videos, definitely go ahead and release that hit that notification bell. I'm going to be kind of doing a video sometime here in the very near future about how having this iPad Pro has kind of changed my everyday carry and how I've modified what I am carrying in my bag now as a result of having a new bag, right? As you guys know, I'm a bag fiend. But anyway, just to kind of summarize, iPad Pro, great device, a lot of power. Great is sort of kind of an incomplete because while it has a lot of power and a lot of potential, the software is not there to fully leverage that power potential yet. So hopefully WWDC here in the next 8 days, June 7th to be exact, will give us some of the things that we're hoping for and some of the software and features that we're hoping to come about to kind of use some of this newfound power and oomph that the iPad Pros have, especially this 11-inch. It being so small, being as powerful as it potentially can be, is going to be super dope. That being said, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you're having a great weekend. Hopefully you have a great rest of your evening. And I have some barbecue to finish, and I have a cigar and some scotch to drink. So I'm out.